Dave, let's roll it back to the weekend. We had a good result against Cambridge City. In the end, they gave us a little bit of a scare, but yet another 3 points.
Yeah, we had to work hard for it, but we knew we would. We said to the girls beforehand it was their cup final. To even be where they were at the end of the season, given the start they had, shows that they have a lot of spirit, and we knew they'd bring that into the game. They needed to win. I think they needed to win by 2 goals, so we always knew they were going to be up for it. But yeah, we had to work hard for it in the end.
On a slightly separate note from that, is there any part of you that feels bad when you play these sort of matches? No. It's a difficult one because they were nice people and they get relegated from that, but it's cutthroat. It's all about Stevenage winning. And
it's not on one game. It's not. It is the course of a season, isn't it? I mean, in cup finals, if you win because of a bit of bad luck for the opposition, then you've still won a cup final. But with a league game, no, we have to go out there and do a job. And we said to the girls beforehand, we can't take our foot off the pedal because of Sunday coming up, or we know we're going to finish 3rd in the league because mathematically that's where we're going to finish. It's not fair on the rest of the competition. We have to give 100% and keep doing that for every game. So it's unfortunate for them, yes, good group up there, got a lovely stadium, but it wasn't just on one game then getting relegated. That's the course of a season, isn't it?
So a couple of goals for Gemma Croucher as well. Usually in past seasons we're talking about how Amy Makewell scored loads of goals, but this season she scored her usual amount. There's nothing changed from Amy, but we just seem to have had a few more goals from Gemma this season. What have you made of her performances?
She's a good footballer. We knew that when she came in. We knew that she was going to be competition potentially for Makes when it comes to top goal scorer, but it was how the two of them would gel. Makes got injured pre-season, which didn't help, and I think it took a little bit of time for them both to get used to how the other one played. They've clicked more in some games than others, I suppose you could say. But they chop and change really well in between each other. They look for each other now on the pitch and they link up really well. So they do complement each other. I think Gemma's probably a little bit more aggressive at getting into the box and getting rebounds. Makes might not like that. But yeah, I think Gemma's a little bit more aggressive when it comes to that. I think Makes is more, she'll hold back and look for cutbacks, whereas sometimes I think Gemma attacks the goal a little bit more. Maybe that's the difference between a couple of goals. Maybe if Gemma wasn't there, Makes would be making those runs. But yeah, they work well together, so that's all that matters from a team perspective.
Absolutely. Now we've got a big game coming up this weekend, as you mentioned. It's the cup final and the last chance for Stevenage to end up with some trophies. We've got the runners-up trophy, obviously, in the County Cup. We all know that doesn't count. So talk to us a little bit about this League Cup, because we've had 2 games against Luton, or 3 games against Luton this season. One in the Cup, which went to penalties. That was the longest penalty shootout known in the history of the Eastern region, I'm sure. But there's a win for both sides as well. Usually tight matches. What do you foresee happening in this game?
It will be tight again. They're both 2 good sides. We can't take anything away from Luton. I mean, they've won the league. Same as what we just said about Cambridge, has won over the course of a season. The game earlier in the season, 1-0 to them. It could have been a draw last week when we won. You could argue it could have been a draw. There's not much between the 2 sides, as the FA Cup showed. Yeah, they're a good side. We know a lot about them. They know a lot about us. But hopefully we just don't cancel each other out and it becomes boring. I think if, from a game perspective, yes, it will be decided on a couple of moments. Hopefully it's a positive moment rather than a mistake by someone. And either way, because that's not nice. The game itself is a cup final. I'm guessing it'll be a little bit cagey to start with, and and then it'll settle down and we'll see where it goes.
In terms of a good season for Stevenage, does it rest on this result for you? Or if we did walk out as runners-up, do you still see it as a good season?
I want to win. I don't think it defines the season. It definitely doesn't define the season. We knew at the start of the season what our targets were. I'm going to be honest, I think we fell short in the County Cup. We wanted to win it. We showed that we can beat Western, and we done well in the final. Again, it come down to a couple of moments. The season itself, we've seen a lot of good progress from a lot of the players. Like we talk about Makes and Jem, their link-up plan, how that's worked and progressed well. A lot of the youngsters coming through and the progress that they've made. And even, for example, like Lucy and Becca's partnership at the back, how that's progressed throughout the season. There's a lot of positives that we're taking from the season, so that's a good thing. Would it be nice to have a cup at the end of it to show for it and show the positives? Yeah, of course it would.
Excellent. Well, good luck. That's how you bring it home.
Thank you.